All right, let's do this. We're diving deep into client interviews today.
Deep, deep.
Way beyond the surface
Big
level
sound.
using this awesome article.
Top 21 client interview questions to ask for best insights.
Yeah, best insights. That's the goal.
Got to get those gems right.
Absolutely. It's all about unlocking those next level client relationships.
And what I love about this approach is it's like it reframes the whole idea of client feedback, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Instead of just treating it as like data points, it's almost like
Data points, yeah.
you get a cheat code
A cheat code. I like that.
to understand.
Tell me what your clients really want.
Oh, that's good.
Not just what they say they want, but like deep down.
Deep down,
What's driving them.
makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's always talking about, oh, happy customers, gotta have happy customers. But this article goes somewhere that I find really fascinating.
Oh, where's that?
The power of unhappy customers.
Ooh, interesting. The Bill Gates quote, "Your most unhappy customers are your greatest source of learning."
Oh, yeah, that one always sparks a good debate, doesn't it?
It does. But when you think about it,
Yeah.
happy customers, they might tell you what you're doing well.
Right. Or
But those unhappy customers,
they pinpoint where you're falling short.
exactly. And sometimes in ways you would never expect.
They've got X-ray vision.
Ray vision
Yeah.
into your business's blind spots,
It's so true, and I'm speaking from experience here.
Oh, tell me about it.
I remember this one time I gave this restaurant some pretty harsh feedback about a dish.
Ooh, harsh.
Yeah, I was almost hesitant,
Yeah, you don't want to be that customer.
Exactly, but
So-
they ended up completely revamping the recipe
No way.
based on my feedback.
Really?
And it became their bestseller.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's crazy, right?
Power of feedback.
The power of feedback.
Sometimes it's like that saying, the squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Your unhappy customers, those are your squeaky wheels.
They are?
And their feedback, while sometimes a little hard to hear,
Hard to hear.
can be the catalyst
Yeah.
for some major improvements in your business.
Absolutely. So it's like a balance, right?
Totally.
You got to listen to the happy customers, for sure.
Yeah, keep doing what you're doing well.
Keep refining what works.
Right.
But those unhappy customers, they've got those key insights as well.
Absolutely, like two sides of a coin, right?
Two sides of the coin. I like that.
You need both
You need both.
to get the full picture.
Yes. Love it. But before we go full-on coin collector here, let's talk about the WHY of client interviews.
Okay, the why.
Why even bother?
Yeah, I mean, why go through all this trouble?
Exactly.
Well, think of it like this.
Okay.
You could spend months, even years,
Months, even years.
trying to guess what your clients want.
Oh, guessing. Yeah.
Pouring resources into,
In
features or services that just completely miss the mark.
miss the mark, yeah.
Or
do.
you can have a direct conversation,
Conversation.
You uncover those, like
Recovery, yeah.
hidden needs and desires.
Yes.
And then tailor your offerings accordingly.
So it's like
Yeah.
a shortcut,
A shortcut.
a fast track
Fast track
to understanding
to understand
those deeper
Come on.
client motivations.
That's it.
Okay, I'm sold.
Yeah.
Interviews, they're like essential.
Essential.
Now, the article mentions these 3 key moments
Key moments. Okay.
to strike
Okay.
onboarding project completion
Onboarding, product completion,
and offboarding.
and offboarding. What's so special about those?
What is so special about those?
Well, I think each stage offers
That's
this
the interview.
unique window
Oh, okay.
into the client's journey.
Into the client's journey, all right.
So during onboarding, you're capturing
yeah, sure.
their initial expectations, their hopes,
Hopes, yeah.
What are they excited about?
Excited about.
What anxiety
Anxieties
do they have coming in?
coming in, right.
Think of it as setting the baseline
Baseline
for
for
the
it.
entire relationship.
So it's like
Yeah.
getting that sneak peek
Sneak peek
into their mindset.
your mindset,
Right.
Yeah.
Understanding where they're coming from, what their goals are.
their goal,
And then you've got that post-project interview.
post-project, okay?
That feels like
Yeah.
prime opportunity
Time
for
to
some honest reflection.
honest reflection, yeah.
Did the project meet their expectations?
Okay.
What parts of the process were smooth?
All right.
Where did things get bumpy?
Bumpy, I like that.
It's a chance to get granular
Granular.
about what worked and what could be improved.
And then you've got the offboarding interview.
The offboarding, yeah.
And now this one can be a bit trickier,
Trickier, how so?
especially if the client's leaving.
Oh, yeah, if they're leaving.
Yeah. But it's
Arguably.
the most valuable
that's-
because
yeah.
they're more likely to be candid.
Oh. Can't.
They're not worried about jeopardizing the relationship.
Right.
So you might get that like raw, unfiltered feedback.
Unfiltered. Oh, I like that.
Wouldn't get. Otherwise,
yeah.
it's like that exit interview
Oh, yeah.
when you leave a job.
Exactly. You're like, all right, peace out. Here's what I really think.
Yeah, exactly.
So they might reveal underlying issues
Underlying.
that weren't apparent before.
Right. Right.
It's a gold mine.
Gold mine
of information.
Of information.
Even if it's not always positive.
Even if it stings a little bit.
Okay, so you've convinced me about the why and the when of client interviews. Now bring on the good stuff.
All right, the good stuff.
What are some of those golden nugget questions?
Oh, the golden nuggets.
From the article.
Let's hear it.
Oh, there's some real gems in here.
Gems, yeah.
I mean, they have 21 questions, so we won't get to all of them.
21, wow.
But one that stood out to me was, what were you trying to do before we started working together?
Ooh, that's a powerful one.
Right.
It takes you back to the client's origin story, you know?
Origin story.
What was their pain point?
Pain point, yeah.
What solution were they seeking?
Right, what were they looking for?
It helps you understand their journey and connect with them on a much deeper level.
I love that. And it goes beyond just understanding your current needs.
Their current needs, yeah.
You're getting the full context.
Full context.
Like what led them to you in the first place.
Exactly.
Another question that caught my eye.
Okay, what is it?
If you were to describe what we do to another company, what would you say?
Oh, that's a great one.
Right.
To gauge their perception.
Perception.
Of your brand and the value you provide.
Exactly. It's like
what?
Their elevator pitch.
Their elevator pitch.
For your business.
For your business, yeah.
It's like free market research. Free market research. There you go.
You see how they articulate
your value
proposition, which can be incredibly insightful.
Incredibly insightful.
And if there are any misconceptions.
Misconceptions, yeah.
Well, there's your opportunity
to
address them.
To address them head on.
Head on.
You know, what I appreciate about this article.
Yeah, what's that?
Is it emphasizes asking why throughout the interview.
Asking why, okay.
Yeah, it's not enough to just get those, not enough to just get
surface level answers.
Right, surface level.
You need to dig deeper, understand the motivations behind their responses.
Motivations, okay.
It shows that you're truly invested in their perspective.
Oh, that's good.
Really listening.
Really listening.
Really trying to understand.
It's like peeling back the layers of an onion.
Peeling back those layers, huh?
Right. Each why gets you closer. To the core of their experience.
To the core.
And that brings us to a crucial point for you, the listener.
Okay, listener, listen up.
Think about a time.
Yeah.
When you gave feedback to a company.
To a company, yeah.
Did you feel truly heard?
Truly heard.
Like your opinion actually mattered?
That's the question.
Because understanding both sides of the equation.
Both sides.
Giving A&D receiving feedback
buying and receiving
makes you a more effective communicator.
More effective.
So we've explored the why.
The why.
And the when. Client interviews.
We've done it.
And we've even uncovered some of those insightful questions that can really get you those golden nuggets.
Golden nuggets.
Of information.
Information.
All right, welcome back. We covered a ton of ground in part 1.
We did. We
talked about strategically timing those client interviews.
Strategic timing, yeah.
Crafting the perfect invite email.
Super important.
And we even dug into some of those insightful golden nugget questions.
Oh, those are my favorite.
That help unearth those.
Yeah, unearth those. What?
Those client gems.
Client gems, yes. Gotta get those gems.
But a great question is useless.
Useless, yeah.
If the client isn't vibing with the whole interview setup, right?
Oh, absolutely. You got to set the right tone.
The right tone.
That's where email etiquette comes in.
Email etiquette, okay.
And the article really emphasizes that.
It does.
When scheduling these interviews.
Yeah, I've definitely been on the receiving end.
Oh, I'm sure we all have.
Of some cringy interview requests.
Cringy, yeah.
You open the email, and it's like, bam. Corporate jargon overload.
Jargon overload. Oh, no.
Not exactly inviting.
Not inviting at all. It's like you're being summoned,
Summoned to the principal's office.
To the principal's office. Oh, my gosh.
The article advocates for a more human approach.
Okay, more human. I like that. Think clear, concise, friendly.
Clear, concise, friendly.
Purpose up front.
Up front. Okay.
Be transparent about the time commitment. And don't forget a genuine thank you.
A thank you. That's important.
It's basic respect.
Basic respect.
But it makes a world of difference.
Okay, I see your point about being concise.
Concise.
And respectful.
Respectful.
But couldn't a more detailed email
More detailed. Okay.
actually be helpful?
Helpful? How so?
Like if you provide some context about what you're hoping to learn, or maybe give them a heads up about the types of questions.
Oh, the types of questions, I see.
Wouldn't that make them feel more comfortable and prepared?
That's an interesting perspective, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I can see how, in some cases, a bit more context could be beneficial.
Okay, context.
Especially if you're dealing with clients who are, particularly anxious.
Yeah.
Or maybe unfamiliar with the whole interview process.
Right.
It's all about striking that balance between providing enough information to be helpful without overwhelming them. With too much detail.
Okay, so it's about reading the room.
Reading the room, or in this case, reading the client.
Reading the client, okay.
Understanding their personality and their communication style.
All right, so we've sent that perfectly crafted email.
Perfectly crafted.
The client is on board.
They're ready.
We're ready to roll.
Let's go.
Now, as someone who is notoriously bad at remembering things,
Oh, me too.
I'm guessing note-taking is pretty crucial here.
You guessed it. The article strongly recommends having a system in place for capturing those golden nuggets.
Golden nuggets.
In real time.
Real time. Got to get them while they're fresh.
Exactly. They suggest a Google Doc, but really, whatever works for you.
Whatever works, yeah.
The point is to be present. Engaged. Actively listening,
okay.
Without trying to memorize everything.
Because, let's be honest, trying to recall.
Oh, yeah.
All those brilliant insights. After the fact. It's like trying to remember a dream.
It's a blur.
It's all fuzzy and fleeting.
Exactly.
Having detailed notes allows you to go back later.
Yeah.
Analyze those responses. Look for patterns. And identify the actionable insights.
Actionable, that's the key.
It's like mining for gold.
I like that.
But instead of a pickaxe,
what do we have?
you've got your trusty notepad.
Or your laptop, whatever you use.
Whatever works. So we're not just passively collecting information.
No.
We're actively sifting through it. Extracting the valuable ore.
Valuable, yes.
Those nuggets of wisdom.
Love it.
That can help us refine our offerings, improve our processes, and ultimately create a better experience for our clients.
That's the goal.
Exactly.
But let's be real.
Not
Not all client interviews are created equal.
Oh, that's true.
Some clients are going to be more articulate, more insightful, more willing to spill the tea, as they say.
Spill the tea, huh?
So how do we navigate those variations?
Oh, that's a good question.
And make sure we're extracting value even from those seemingly less insightful conversations?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, some people are naturally more reserved.
Right?
Or hesitant to share critical feedback.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't want to come across as difficult or damage to the relationship.
Right, you got to make them feel comfortable. So maybe instead of those direct probing questions, you focus on more open-ended ones.
Okay, open-ended.
Give them space to elaborate at their own pace.
Okay.
Or just as simple, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Can sometimes unlock a treasure trove of insights.
Wow.
You never know what they might share.
That's true.
If you just give them that little nudge.
Yeah, a little nudge. That's a good tip.
Yeah.
So it's all about building that trust and rapport.
Exactly.
And remember, even if a client is hesitant to share specific
criticisms,
their overall tone
and
demeanor can speak volumes.
It's volumes, that's right.
Pay attention to their nonverbal cues. Their energy, their hesitations,
all of that.
It's like reading between the lines.
Exactly.
Picking up on those subtle signals
that
reveal more than words ever could.
Sometimes the most valuable insights come from those unspoken observations.
Unspoken, I like that.
One technique I've found helpful.
Okay, tell me.
Is to paraphrase or summarize what the client has said.
Okay.
It shows them that you're actively listening.
And
trying to understand their perspective.
Their perspective. Okay.
And it gives them an opportunity to clarify or expand on their thoughts.
Oh, I see. It's like you're holding up a mirror.
A mirror, yeah.
To their experience.
To their experience.
Reflecting back what you're hearing.
Exactly.
And giving them a chance to see it from a different angle.
Different angle.
And that can lead to some really profound insights.
Profound.
Even if they weren't initially articulated.
It's all about creating that collaborative space.
Collaborative.
Where both you and the client feel heard and understood.
Heard and understood.
Okay, so we've covered crafting that killer email invitation.
Killer email invitation, check.
The importance of active listening.
Active listening, check.
Note-taking.
Note-taking, check.
And even how to navigate those varying levels of client engagement.
Client engagement, got it.
But what about the real meat of this whole process?
Okay, the real meat, what's that?
The insights themselves?
The insights, yeah.
How do we transform those client conversations into actionable steps that actually move the needle?
Okay, that's the million-dollar question.
Yeah, that's the question.
Well, we'll uncover those secrets.
We'll uncover them.
In the final part of our deep dive.
Deep dive.
All right, welcome back for the grand finale.
Grand finale.
We've covered a ton of ground already.
A ton.
From strategically timing those client interviews
to
crafting that perfect invite email.
Gotta nail that first impression.
We even dug into those insightful golden nugget questions.
Oh, yeah, those are key.
That help unearth those client gems.
Gotta get those gems.
But gathering feedback is only half the battle, right?
Right. Now comes the exciting part.
Okay, I'm ready.
Turning those client conversations into action.
Okay, so say we've got our detailed notes from the interview.
Our notes, yeah.
What's step one?
Yeah.
How do we sift through all that info and pull out the actionable nuggets?
I always start by looking for patterns.
Patterns, okay.
Think of it like detective work, you know?
Detective work, all right.
Are there any recurring themes or trends in the feedback?
Recurring themes, okay.
Maybe multiple clients mention a pain point with a specific feature.
Okay, specific feature, got it.
Or they all raved about a certain aspect of your service.
Oh, so it's like connecting the dots.
Connecting the dots, exactly.
Each piece of feedback is a clue.
A clue.
And when you start to see those clues forming a pattern, that's when the real aha moments happen.
The aha moments, those are the best.
Exactly.
It's about seeing the forest for the trees.
Seeing the forest for the trees. I like that.
Once you've identified those key themes, you can start brainstorming solutions.
Brainstorming, one of my favorite activities.
Yeah, it's where the creativity kicks in.
But how do we ensure that those ideas are grounded in reality and actually translate into tangible improvements?
That's where prioritizing comes in.
Prioritizing, okay.
Not every piece of feedback will carry the same weight.
Oh, that's true.
You'll want to consider factors like frequency,
all right.
impact,
and feasibility.
So if multiple clients are hitting on the same pain point.
Multiple clients, same pain point.
That's a big red flag, right?
Red flag.
And if an issue is impacting their overall satisfaction. Or preventing them from achieving their goals. That bumps it up the priority list as well.
Absolutely. But you also need to factor in feasibility.
Feasibility, right?
Some solutions might be quick and easy to implement.
Quick and easy, I like that.
While others might require more time.
More time, yeah.
Resources or budget.
Resources, budget, that makes sense.
It's about finding that sweet spot between what's impactful. And what's realistically achievable.
Okay.
And don't forget about those glowing reviews.
Yeah.
Those things you're doing exceptionally well.
Yeah.
It's easy to get caught up in fixing problems.
It is. But it's equally important. To identify and leverage those strengths.
So what are those things that are consistently delighting your clients?
Consistently, yeah.
How can you double down on those successes?
Double down.
Make them even better. Or replicate those strategies in other areas of your business.
Exactly. Sometimes the most impactful improvements. Come from simply amplifying what you're already doing well.
It's like that old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
If it ain't broke.
Maybe give it a little polish.
I like that.
Okay, so we've identified the patterns.
Check.
Prioritized the feedback.
Check.
And brainstorm some killer solutions.
Check.
What's the next step?
This is where the rubber meets the road, turning those insights into action.
All right, let's do it.
It could involve anything from tweaking a process.
Okay.
To redesigning a feature.
To
developing a whole new service offering.
Wow.
The key is to have a clear plan. and a system for tracking progress.
So it's not enough to just have these great ideas floating around in our heads.
No, they got to come down to earth.
We need to break them down.
Break them down.
Into manageable steps.
Manageable, yeah.
Assign responsibilities.
Responsibilities.
Set deadlines.
Deadlines. Got to keep things moving.
It's all about execution.
Execution, that's it.
And don't forget to communicate those actions to your clients.
Oh, that's crucial.
Let them know that you heard their feedback.
You heard them.
That you're taking it seriously.
Seriously.
And that you're making changes based on what they shared.
It closes the loop.
Closes the loop.
Shows them that their input was valued.
Valued, okay.
And that it actually made a difference.
It reinforces that sense of partnership.
Partnership.
And builds trust.
Trust, exactly.
Because this isn't a one-and-done process.
No, not all.
The most successful businesses.
The most successful.
Are those that continuously listen.
Continuously.
Learn.
And adapt. Based on client input. Based on client input, that's how you stay ahead of the game.
So it's about building that feedback loop into the very fabric of your business.
Into the fabric. I love that.
It's about creating a culture.
A culture.
Of listening.
Listening.
And continuous improvement.
And remember, even if you don't work with clients in a formal setting.
Okay, so outside of business.
Yeah, like in your personal life even.
Oh, interesting.
These principles can be applied to any interaction.
Any interaction, okay.
Where you're seeking feedback.
The feedback. Got it.
Whether it's from your colleagues, your friends, your family.
Friends and family, yeah.
Even that barista who makes your morning coffee.
Even the barista. Wow, so it's really about being present.
Being present.
Actively listening.
Actively listening.
And genuinely seeking to understand. Other perspectives. Because at the end of the day. The more we listen.
Yeah.
The more we learn. The more we learn.
And the more we grow.
Well said. And on that note. We've reached the end.
The end of our deep dive.
Into the fascinating world of client interviews.
We hope you've gained some valuable insights.
And
actionable strategies.
To help you transform those client conversations. Into lasting success.
Lasting success. That's what it's all about.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for being here.